Hey everyone, this is Michael for Spirit Comics. Welcome back to my channel. How's it going today? If you're a new subscriber, please, I ask that you please do subscribe. And smash that notification bell so you don't miss any of the new uploads. Also, if you're a returning subscriber, please do like and share this video with others so they can enjoy as well, and let me know in the comments that you received the notification about this video, because that will greatly help. And like I mentioned, don't forget to leave your comments and share the video, like it too, because dropping those likes, dropping those thumbs up really do help. This is part of the 25 days of comic book reviews. This is day 20th, so on the 20th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a Swingin' Teen Titans Christmas Carol. Well, actually, it's, look, I got that backwards. This is from Christmas with the Superheroes that came out in 1988. And I think this is when, this particular story, Teen Titans and the Teen Titans Swingin' Christmas Carol, which was from Teen Titans number 13 that came out February of 1968. I think that was when Wonder Woman was given the role of Wonder Girl. I've heard that she has a very convoluted history. Her origin is very convoluted. I guess it depends on Wonder Girl's writer. But this is, like I said, from 1968. So the dialogue is much different. But to me, it's fun and entertaining. So it opens up with this page of this old man surrounded by these hooded figures. It says, "Oh, ghost of Christmas past, present, and future, what do you want of poor me?" And this one says, "We want you to undo the wrongs you've done, you old skinflint, or we'll haunt you out of your groggy mind." And never mind that there's 3 ghosts and there's 4 figures. Anyway, that paragraph down here just basically says that the classic Charles Dickens tale, A Christmas Carol, is sort of like the basis of this story, because it says, "Fantastic ones. Charles Dickens has been long dead, but his great books, his fabulous characters live on. In fact, his stories are so alive today that they keep on happening. So join you here, that fantastic foursome, ye Teen Titans, for a holiday happening inspired by the immortal pages of the greatest Yuletide tale of them all. Yes, deck yourselves with boughs of holly and park under the mistletoe, most marvelous, as we begin the Teen Titans Swingin' Christmas Carol." Script by Bob Hanley. And you can tell from just this opening paragraph the feel of, Jack Kirby is in this writing. So anyway, the story opens up in a junkyard. Actually, it's called Junkorama. And the character is Mr. Scrounge, who's basically, he's a Scrooge type character. And his employee named Ratchet is begging to turn up the heat because he's freezing. And at the same time, Scrounge tries to keep a positive attitude while being, a miser. He says, "This temperature is stimulating. Keeps your mind clear and on your work, my good fellow." It sounds a little bit too chipper to be in a cold junkyard. Anyway, so the Ratchet says, "Yes, sir, Mr. Scrounge. I'm trying to finish up so I can have Christmas Day off," and that's where it begins. They go back and forth. Scrounge doesn't want to give the day off, but he will, and then something happened, and then something. Well, something will happen, but over the page, it's kind of interesting. Here, Scrounge is telling Ratchet to go home, a little bit early because he's receiving a shipment of something. And this is Tiny Tom, the son of Ratchet. Bob Ratchet. And he's thinking of visiting his dad there in the junkyard. But he's gone, so he just listens. And these people, they come by paying Scrounge for the use of his junkyard. He doesn't want to know what goes on, so he doesn't ask. But then after he leaves, these crooks use some type of ray to change this junk into new into new equipment, new bikes, cars, everything. And Tiny Tom goes home, tells his dad about it. So then his dad goes to his mansion to mention it and says, this is illegal business, and we should call the police. Then Scrounge says, "You'll do no such thing. It's none of your affair." And that no longer can he have the day of Christmas off, so he can keep an eye on him. And Tiny Tom gets the Teen Titans, which consist of Robin, Kid Flash, that's Wally West, Aqualad, the original, and Wonder Girl. And so he tells them the tale, and they think it's a fantastic tale, it's just out of this world. But they go to investigate anyway. And they see that there's more junk being hauled. And Then they go on to the mansion to see that there's a shadowy figure banging on the door. So who is it? It's, get this, Jacob Farley. Who's back, and he is mad as can be because he was fingered for something that he didn't do. Now, the artwork in this, you just have, I think, is very good. You know, for it was ahead of its time. And then this is chapter 2 of the story. This is about 23 pages, you know, with very few ads, because, you know, the ads were like really small, like this one. Then Kid Flash vibrates to the wall between Farley and Scrounge, and then they're told what happened. Farley says that they sold some defective material. Someone was hurt and on the job, and he alone was blamed, so he went to prison. Scrounge is trying to defend himself, saying it's all lies, that he didn't know the material was bad. And so he's calling the police to pick up Farley and the Teen Titans, so they have to make haste out of there. But then they get the idea to use the Christmas Carol story. Robin says, "Haven't you characters begun to dig it yet? Ebenezer Scrounge, Jacob Farley, Tiny Tom here." And Aqualad says, "Yeah, I dig. Scrooge, Jacob Marley, Tiny Tim. It's just like Dickens' A Christmas Carol." And Wonder Girl says, "Merciful Minerva, it is." So they form a plan of action here. And then at home, Tiny Tom is listening to his dad apologize for having to work so much, but it's because he wants to provide a new electric chair for him to get around in. And Tiny Tom actually has sympathy for the man, saying he's a pathetic man, an unhappy old guy. I feel sorry for him, really, I do. And his father agrees, saying he's right. You're the greatest, nicest kid in the world, and I'm lucky to be your dad. See you later, alligator. And Tiny Tom says, "In a while, crocodile." Now, if you don't know what those mean, those are actually old phrases from decades ago that many of you probably have not heard of before. So back at the Junkorama, Scrounge is on Ratchet to work faster, saying he's wasting time and money. And this is when Christmas Eve arrives, and he tells Scrounge Merry Christmas anyway. And then they start arriving as the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future. I don't know who did what, but my guess is the first one was Kid Flash, because he says, "A phantom coming through the wall." Now, only Kid Flash can vibrate through a wall. So he shows a photo to Scrounge of himself and a woman named Alice that jilted him and married someone else. And he says, "Don't bring that up, you're breaking my heart." And this is so This is so good. Have you got a heart, Scrounge? A man who hates Christmas can't have a heart, can he? I mean, oh, that is so good. And he say, please don't hurt me. I'm just a poor old man trying to get along. And the spirit says, poor? You're loaded, Scrounge. Now I must go, but beware. Change your ways before it's too late. I mean, this is hilarious at the same time. So then another spirit comes along, and I'm not sure if it's Aqualad or Robin, because this one didn't need to face or anything. And this one shows him what Ratchet is doing in the present. He's searching through the junkyard for parts to fix his son's wheelchair that's breaking down. And Scrounge goes, Tiny Tom, it's not my fault the boy can't walk. And the spirit says, it's your fault. His father must work even on Christmas Day and can't afford the new electric wheelchair so Tom can move about like other children. And what about your partner, Jacob Farley, taking all the blame for you? And that spirit says the same. You better change your ways before it's too late. And so then, here in comes the third spirit, but you can guess who this one is. Easy as pie. You know, this one's flying and has a skirt. Wonder Girl. And in this story, she's called Wonder Chick twice, which I think is kind of strange, but you know, this was 1968. He's gone. Now to get out of here. Oh no, another one flying through the air. Ebenezer Scrounge, I am the ghost of Christmas future, here to show you your own miserable future. Listen. And she goes on about how, you know, nobody liked him. Good riddance to the old skinflint. No one misses him. And it's lucky that he died and so on. The police were closing in on him. And he's like, no, please. And then, out from nowhere, Tiny Tom appears, saying, just a minute, all of you. Mr. Scrounge wasn't bad. He was just unhappy. There's good in everyone. I felt sorry for him. And he thanks Tiny Tom's voice, speaking up for poor old miserable me. That sweetest little lad. And then the guys he's been working with, they come back and they shoot Wonder Girl down. And then in part 3, chapter 3, they take on the other Titans one by one. They use this magnet to pull Wonder Girl up to get her out of the way. And I have to say that, you know, she's drawn very womanly. Today she probably wouldn't be. And then Robin is taken out of commission. And then all of a sudden Kid Flash is running in place. Aqualad is captured. And it's all by some gizmo called the Junk Tree. But somehow Wonder Girl gets free. She says, "Oh, hola, the boy is prisoners on that crazy thing. I'll tear it apart with my..." And then she comes in and bit by bit she takes out the bad guys and frees the other Titans. And Scrounge helps. So his heart has changed. He's seen that, helping others is more important. And so these thugs are, put out of commission. And he uses that device that changes junk into new product. He uses it to make a new electric chair for Tiny Tom so he can get around. And even a new outfit for Wonder Girl because hers got torn. And it's just a beautiful and funny story. And Tiny Tom finishes off by saying, "Check Titans, best wishes to all for a swinging and groovy new year, and bless us everyone." The end. Now, this is 1968, so I passed over a lot of dialogue that you don't hear today. Because it's just, it sounds kind of funny, and it's from decades ago. But it's a classic tale, and that was 23 pages. So that was a regular comic book. And I bet you today that it would cost a pretty penny. That old Teen Titans story. So what did you all think of it? Did you enjoy it? Or did you not enjoy it? And the art alone was kind of dark, but also at the same time, it just seemed to fit the mood. Let me know down in the comments, did you like it or not? Do you have Christmas with the Superheroes that came out in 1988? And if you do, is yours still in good condition? Let me know down in the comments. And please do like and share this review with others so they can enjoy it as well. This is part of the 25 days of comic book reviews. I am Michael for Spirit Comics. Till next time, true readers.